It wasn't just the little pink puffs themselves that worried her. It was the odd bits of fabric and paper that were mixed into the feline's gift. She had seen those colors and designs someplace before, but she couldn't put her finger on them. When she finally learned the truth, she couldn't believe what her cat had done. For Amanda Keepings, being a foster mom to fur babies was like a dream come true. It was heartwarming to see a pet find its forever home, but one day as she browsed through some adoption sites, she found a case that broke her heart. His name was Phoenix, and to say he had lived a tough life was a gross understatement. On top of endless health issues, the orange and white ball of fluff had been bounced around from one home to another, with no family ever being able to commit to his adoption. Amanda knew then and there that she would have to step in. It wasn't long until the newest addition to her family came mewing and hissing through her front door. But Amanda was an old hand when it came to making animals comfortable. It wasn't long until the little guy was purring in her lap as she watched television. It was at the 5-month mark that Phoenix started to display an odd habit. Some cats brought home dead mice or birds as gifts, not to mention a brag about their nocturnal prowess. But Amanda noticed he would bring in scraps of fabric. Sometimes they were shoelaces or bits of a random string. It wasn't long until a new kind of gift would appear on her kitchen floor. At first glance, it looked like puffs of cotton candy scattered across her floor, but when she looked closer and saw it was insulation, she started to worry. Materials like this would definitely hurt any pet who decided to chomp on it. That, however, was only the first layer of a larger mystery. Little bits of paper were sometimes mixed in with the pink puffs. The green and white scraps formed a design that looked familiar. It nagged at her for days. It was like trying to put together a puzzle without all the pieces. Whatever the source was, it didn't look like the fuzzy boy was going to stop anytime soon. She had to take more drastic measures than the conventional training methods she had been using. Through a mix of nighttime cameras and stealthy sneaking after her furry boy, she managed to pinpoint the source of the cat's habit. He would leap and crawl through the tree beside her house and then slide through a gap in the upper window of the attic. She didn't waste any more time. She had to see what he was doing.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Her first thought is that he was ripping out the insulation from her own home. But when she finally found ground zero, the truth was equally troubling as it was hilarious. She poked at the large hoard with a stick. Little bits of green and white paper fell out. The design was finally complete, and it made Amanda's jaw drop to the floor. The closest thing she could call it would be a nest. Wads of insulation lay around torn scraps of clothing. But that wasn't the only thing in there. There were feathers, dish towels, tiny stuffed toys, leaves, moss, assorted trash, and even a pair of reading glasses. But it was the leather wallet that really caught her eye. The green and white paper was cash. It seemed that Phoenix had somehow dragged an entire wallet into his hoard and slowly ripped apart from them money within, giving Amanda a few scraps now and then. She shook her head and opened the not-upon wallet. Thank God there was a driver's license inside. It didn't take long for Amanda to hunt down the owner. The 70-year-old man only lived a couple of blocks away. But it wasn't enough to just give back the destroyed wallet with an apology. With the headaches her kitty must have created, she had to go the extra mile. She stood outside the old man's house, a wrapped box in one hand and her cat carrier in the other. When the thin, gray gentleman came to the door, and she asked if he had lost a wallet recently, his face immediately lit up with hope. She went on to explain what had happened and then handed over the wrapped package. The old man leaned down to look into the cat carrier, and at the little thief that had got the best of him. With a chuckle, he tore back the paper to reveal a new leather wallet and 4 crisp, new $50 bills. Her eyes turned wide. He shook his head and tried to give the gift back, but Amanda insisted he keeps it. After a nice cup of tea and a lovely chat, she went back home. There was one more thing to do. Her story had a happy ending, and people were going to love the shenanigans that had unfolded, but there was a larger lesson to share with the world. It's really important for pet owners to keep an eye on their pet actions. They need to be able to deliver help if their pets are going in the wrong direction and make sure they avoid breaking the law. Have you ever heard or like this happen with you? We are also interested in your story. Please let us know in the comments section. And I hope you like this story. Please share it, subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to never miss the update from our story. Thank you.